Just blood family only, stepdad texted. I said, okay, no problem. He had no idea I owned a 6-mailer Big Sur Cliff House. I blew in everyone they'd cut off. Hours later, after stepdad saw our Easter photos on Instagram without them, my phone blew up. 57 missed calls. 3 seconds before that text came in, I had finished watching a wire transfer clear. $22,000. The number my stepfather said would keep his auto repair shop from being repossessed. The little checkmark appeared, sent, and I exhaled. Then my phone lit up. Easter brunch is at the house this year. Just blood family. Renee's bringing the new baby, and she wants the photos to feel authentic. Hope you understand. I read it 3 times. I was standing on the deck of my cliff house in Big Sur, the Pacific about were 200 feet below me, and the word authentic kept rearranging itself into different cruelties. Blood family. After 22 grand. After I co-signed his shop's first lease at 22 years old. After 31 years of showing up. Here's what he didn't know. 2 years ago, in a little office in Pasadena, I signed paperwork licensing medical software I'd built in my apartment to a company in Boston. 8 figures. I kept driving the same beat-up CRV, kept wearing Old Navy jeans to Thanksgiving, kept showing up to Renee's gender reveals with a Target gift card and a casserole. The moment I stopped being the broke stepdaughter, I'd lose the only role they'd cast me in. I wasn't ready for that fight yet. Apparently, I was ready now. My mom died when I was 9. My stepfather came with a daughter, a lease he couldn't afford, and a talent for cutting people out. Over 20 years, he pruned everyone from my life who loved me without needing something from me. My aunt, my mother's sisters, got frozen out slowly. At a wedding when I was 14, he told her in front of everyone she made the family look low class because she worked a cafeteria job. My grandfather, 84, got banned from Christmas for wearing his Vietnam veteran's cap to dinner. The housekeeper who raised me after my mom died, who braided my hair for 6 years, got fired without notice after she asked for a raise. I'd been subsidizing these people for over a decade, writing checks and swallowing silence and driving 4 hours to be ignored at holidays, believing if I just kept being useful, eventually they'd see me as a person instead of a resource. That text was the last page of that delusion. I called 11 people my stepfather had cut out. My aunt in Bakersfield, her voice was smaller than I remembered when she picked up. I said I want to fly you to Big Sur for Easter, and she started crying before I finished. My grandfather in Modesto. I told him to bring his cat. Marisol. She screamed when she heard my voice. My mother's best friend, who'd been my godmother on paper and had been so thoroughly frozen out, I'd assumed she was dead. 8 more after that. 11 total. 8 said yes immediately. 2 said yes after they stopped crying. I booked first-class flights, sent town cars, had a stylist drive to my aunt's rental in Bakersfield, called the chef I keep on retainer. Her best Easter brunch for 12 people. Lamb. Champagne so cold it hurt your teeth. Strawberries the size of your fist. I also hired a photographer, not to capture memories, to capture evidence. Easter Sunday. 12 people on a stone terrace 50 miles from the nearest stoplight. My grandfather on my right, my aunt on my left. Marisol making a toast in Spanish that ended with Misha. The Pacific behind us. My grandfather's cap on his head exactly where it belonged. After dessert, I posted 9 photos. Short caption, the cruelest ones always are. Wide shot of the table first, all 12 guests laughing. Ocean falling away behind them. Last shot, my grandfather mid-laugh, cap tilted, champagne raised. Caption, Easter brunch with the people who actually showed up. To the blood family celebrating somewhere else. Hope the 22K helps. Tagged his shot, tagged Renee. Hit post. Put my phone face down and went back for strawberries. 11 minutes, 57 missed calls. Deal closing voice on voicemail 1. Ren, sweetheart, there's been a misunderstanding. Take the post down. His real voice by 3. Renee on 4 screaming, why is Marisol in this? Is that a vineyard behind her? I played them on speaker at the table. My guests deserved to hear the soundtrack of the family that had pushed them out of their seats so I could sit closer to the head of the table. Then I put my phone on Do Not Disturb and watched the sun lean toward the water. My aunt told me stories about my mom I had never heard. My grandfather fell asleep in a chair with his cap over his eyes, and Marisol covered him with a blanket. That was the best afternoon of my life. The people on that terrace, my aunt, my grandfather, Marisol, they are my family now. Not by blood, by showing up, by staying. Turns out that's the only definition that ever mattered. Full story on the channel linked below.